Now let us focus on the part 2 now. Once your SQL warehouse has started, let me show you what this Databricks SQL gives you a beautiful features. So let me go to SQL editor, the one first feature here where you can start writing a queries the way we do it in our warehouse, or maybe in your database, like that. So you can see you got your Hive warehouse where you can see this data preview, your catalog. Inside your catalog you get see all the databases what we created in a data engineering workload. Hey, we have created a databases and all that in the data engineering workspace like a notebook, but can I see it in your SQL warehouse? Yes. So that is a key feature here. So can I start querying it like the way we do it in SQL? Yes, you can do it. So if you remember, we created one autoloader table. Let me fetch this. So you can just click on this and your table is inserted here. So if you have been working on any of the like a modern data warehouse, you might see this same. So I'm into the SQL catalog, and then I will select my database where I'll be working on, and then I'll select the objects inside that. Or you can give a 3-level namespace also, it will work. So here I'll just say select star from database name dot table name. The only confusion is I don't know how this space need to be increased. So if it is MySQL, I would have done it, but I am really don't know how to increase the size of this. So let me use, yeah, if I increase this, the entire page will be increased. Okay, no worries. So let me start running this query here. Yeah, so I have run my query and you can see the results here. It has attached to your SQL warehouse. You can see this, it has attached to your SQL warehouse, and it is same like how we work on your modern data warehouse. So you can find the data preview on this tab. You can click on this and you can see all your tabs. Now you can see this is your table and your records which we had into your autoloader. Once you get the results, you can immediately go to plus button here. If you want, you can just use any visualization. So let me go to the visualization, and if you want to create a visuals, you can just create it from here also. So you can query this, you can query it quickly, and you can save this query also. So let me click on this save. You can click on save and it will ask you where do you want to save. So let me save this is as my first query, a very simple one. Okay, first query. So let me it will ask you to select a folder where you can save all your queries there. Now if you want to do some grouping and all those, is it possible? Your all ANSYS SQL is possible here. So okay, here I can see there are male and female, so I'll just use gender column, and you get a beautiful intelligence also, guys. You can see a gender column, and now I'll use a group by, and now I want to group by gender column, for example, gender column. Okay, so I'll use a count, an aggregation count on gender column. So can I do this? Yeah, let me run this, and now you can see within fraction of seconds. Yes, obviously we have used 2x small size. Yeah, you can see there are 3 males and 3 females. You can just rename this as count, and you can perform all your ANSYS SQL queries here. All the clauses, everything will have a support for this. You can see this immediately. You can just create a visual on top of it and see that okay, there are 3 males and 3 females, and cool, it works now. So can I do some inserts here? Yes, you can do your DML operations the same way how we do it. Insert into table name, so our table name is autoloader, then you can do all that. Okay, but in real time we will be streaming it into our autoloader table, and then you can see all that by the visualization also. And even you can save this visualization, to a dashboard. I'll show you how you can do that. So let me uh, click on this, and here you get an option to add to a dashboard. So let me click on add to a dashboard. It will ask you, do you have a dashboard? If you don't, you can just create a new dashboard here. Again, I'll give a first dashboard. Okay, so let me click on save. So this will create a new dashboard in your dashboard section here. You can see, you can come here and click on dashboard. So you will be getting one dashboard here. And if you remember, I have created this dashboard, I mean this visual, by just writing a SQL query. So those who are coming from a Power BI background, they might be surprised that how come write a SQL query we can create a visual. Yes, we can do it here. You can like put it in your favorite also. This is about the dashboard. So here we have some sample gallery on the dashboard, we will see that. But before that, let me come to the SQL editor again, and you can do n number of things here. So I have saved this query here. You can find all that saved queries in your query tab. You can come here and you can see this is my first query, I have created it. So I want you to use my same workspace, and I want like others to save it. I can easily find out what queries you have saved it, and I can easily go to my queries and I can go to the favorites also. Okay. And if you want to get all these queries in one space, I mean in the one workspace, you can find it here in my workspace. And here you can see, hey, you got a dashboard also. You can see this is a dashboard, and hey, you got a query also. I have used the dashboard as a favorite. You can keep whatever you want. So you got a query also, dashboard also, you got a notebook also, folders also, all in one place, all in one place, workspace. So let me come to the queries here. In the queries tab, you can find all your queries as I've told you, and you can just click on this query tab. That will return you to the again SQL editor. You can start writing queries here, start executing it. And like if you want to change to other database, like I want to go to default database, I want to see what is there in the constructor SQL file, you can take a new file or a new query, and you can start working on it. So you can just use this arrow to insert a table, and it will give you automatically the hive, that is a catalog, and then it will give you a database name. Even you can do all your SQL queries here. If you remember, we have used a notebook style. In notebook we use a person SQL, but here you don't need to do that. It supports only SQL. Suppose, can I create a database here? Yes, you can create. So you can just say create database or schema, both will work here. Create database and just give a database name. So I'll just write db SQL for example, and let me execute this and run now, and run this. So once you run it, you can see a new database will be created as a SQL DB. And now you can say use DB SQL. So you can say this. You need to close this, I guess. Yeah, let me select this and you run this. Okay, so it will be now using a SQL DB, or you can select here and then use a SQL DB. And now you can create a table inside that and all those things. Okay, so let me query something. Suppose I have one table with like baby names here for example. So let me pick up this table that is inside some others database dot table name, but it's the same catalog, so you don't need to worry on that. So let me use select statement, select star from the table name. You can select this and you can run this. So this is how you can query it. Now you get all the results. Yeah, you got all your results here back. So more, you can see top 1,000 records, and if you just over your cursor, you will get all the statistics. Beautiful. You can see it has read so many rows, how much data it was. It gives you all the statistics here. So this is about the queries tab, guys. Yeah, so now you can just go to your queries tab where you can see all your queries are saved here. You can see like if other participants are doing it, I can see all your queries here, and I can go to my queries and I can see only my queries here. And one of the beautiful thing on this is your query history. So once I go to the query history, you can find out each and every detail about your query history, like what has happened, everything. You can find it each and everything, and which user, what they are doing it. I can find out each and everything. So let me go back and show you. See, I have used the show functions, I have used the show tables, and what other people have done it. You can see all that here. I want to see like which user has executed. So let me click on only my user, and I want to see only last 2 days, last couple of days. You can just select that. And which warehouse, you can just select your warehouse also. and duration. So you can see like how much like more than suppose 500 milliseconds or maybe 1000 milliseconds, 1 second, how many queries got executed. You can see the status, you can see the statements like okay what other statements they have executed. So you will get all top 100 queries here. So this will give you all the history of the queries, guys. So you can run your copy into command your SQL in your SQL warehouse also, as it is a SQL, so you don't need to worry much. So you can just say copy into your table name from this path. So like as a data analyst, the people those who are working as a data analyst and they want to fetch the data from your raw data from their ADLS or from their S3 account. So once it is mounted in your notebook, you can just write a copy into command in your SQL query also, like data analyst may do this, and they can pull the data into your warehouse, sorry, in your lake house. So you can just by writing this query, your data comes into your lake house and then they can start querying it. So they can also use the copy into here. But as a data engineer, you can use autoloader for that if you want to have a streaming data, or you can use a copy into in your SQL warehouse also. I hope you got this, guys. Thank you for watching this. Keep learning.